Hey guys, I'm sorry we're late. It's my fault. I looked at the clock wrong. And Square Peg was texting me saying, "Is there something I can tell everybody in the chat as to why there's a delay?" And I'm like, "A delay?"
It's just life, things happen sometimes. Sorry.
Okay. So, very quickly, card of the day. Thank you, Square Peg. Thank you guys for your patience. My apologies. Card of the day, the Way of Positive Change, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Substack. And with any luck right now, we are simultaneously broadcasting to Substack and YouTube. So if you are watching us on Substack, could you please post comments and let us know that you see us on Substack? So the card of the day is the Six of Pentacles, which is the philanthropy card. Doesn't it look like they're being nice to each other?
Yes, it does.
It's the pay it forward card. So we'll keep it short and just remember to being kind, and sometimes just being a kind brother or sister is giving your full attention to the other person, even if you don't care what they're saying. I'm just kidding. So be a good pretender. Be a good pretender.
No, I'm usually pretty sincere about that stuff.
Well, most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a whole bunch of questions, and I just wanted to thank you in advance for taking the time and posting the questions that we've written out here on the community post. I'm very grateful. And Square Peg, I owe you. All right, thank you, because I would have still thought we had 15 more minutes to go. You want to start with the first question, Steve?
Yes, this is the one question I am contributing for today's folly. How will the trial of former Olympian David Hearn, who is facing a destruction of property charge at the Memorial Reflecting Pool, turn out? How will that turn out for him?
All right. And can you repeat his name again?
Daniel Hearn. Oh, no, David Hearn. Sorry.
David Hearn.
Yeah. I don't know what.
He was an Olympist.
He was an
Olympic canoeist.
Oh, he was? That's what I didn't know. I didn't know what he did in the Olympics.
Did he canoe, you guys, or did he do?
Maybe he was taking his canoe out into the reflecting pool. No, he wasn't.
He was not.
He picked something up
was
out
on a
of
bicycle.
the reflecting pool.
I thought he just touched the water.
Piece of paint or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was a piece of paint. Maybe you guys can let us know. I know he touched the water. He either picked up a piece of paint that was peeling or that floated to the top. Oh, Buka Bickerson, he's already been released with no charges.
Oh, there. Very good.
Case solved.
Wow. That was quick.
Well,
that's the quickest answer we've ever gotten to a question. We didn't have to use the cards. Now, I wonder if it's going to be like this for all of our questions. We'll be at a real run here.
Well, that's because he had that top-notch Democracy Now! Attorney. Oh my gosh. Okay, Square Peg.
We should just ask right now, are we going to have world peace today? Okay, let's do it. Wait, it says we are.
Oh my gosh. Okay, amazing. Woo, Patricia. Okay.
Next question. All right. With all the rapid development of AI and medical breakthroughs, will we successfully develop a longevity-enhanced drug for our baby boomer generation? That would be me. Yes or no? Okay.
What am I? Spam?
Well, I don't think you're a boomer. Maybe you're
close. I am a boomer. I'm at the very end of it. Well,
you're a very baby boomer.
I would like to say I'm a baby boomer. Okay? Yeah. I am. All right. So now I think that this is true. So I'm a little biased because I have very specific spidey senses about this.
You're not going to let that influence your reading.
I'm not. I know, because I'm shuffling with all honesty.
That would be cheating.
Wonderful.
I know you wouldn't do that.
Wonderful intentions. With all the rapid AI, can you read the question one more time?
Yes, with all the rapid development of AI and medical breakthroughs that are happening, will we successfully develop a longevity enhanced drug for our baby boomer generation?
longevity.
Yes or no?
I fully believe that we are in line for this. Because the men of the baby boomer generation,
What about them?
I'm going to finish shuffling because I'm going to crack up. Okay, so will we get the longevity drop? Okay, because the men of the older boomer generations have gone all out, even without AI, and have found a way to strengthen and fix their flaccid willies when they get to a certain age. And they've also found a way to put hair back on their head. And so you will never see a bald boomer with the flaccid willy ever again. So now all they need to do is to fix it that we can live longer. Of course, if they want to kill off their older wives and get young ones, then they might not share with their...
Boy, you're giving baby boomers, especially men, a bad name.
I'm just stating the facts. Do they get hair transplants? Yes.
Well, not all of them. There's a lot of
some of them don't qualify.
Don't.
Some of
They're
them don't
proudly
qualify.
bald. They don't do anything.
Well, that's like my oldest son is proudly bald, and he shaves his head, and he's lost too much hair so that he don't care. He lost his hair, and he doesn't qualify for that. Of course, they'll probably fix that too. They'll find a way.
I think I just read something about a breakthrough.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Well, of course.
Fix your willy, grow your hair.
Okay.
And live longer. Live long and prosper.
Very good.
Okay. All right. So we're waiting to see if it's going to happen. See the waiting?
I see that.
Okay. Yeah. Planting the seeds, putting it together, deciding if you're going to share it with the wife. All right. The victory card is on its side, which means some people at that other end of the highest, oldest end of the spectrum might not make it under this umbrella. But this looks good. There's promising hope for the future with the sun card here. This is very good. There's an offering. We're going to hear information about this coming in. Look at, there's a lot of energy. Look at all the energy with the horse with its hooves off. This is incoming, y'all. Incoming. Okay. And trials. Okay. So there were trials to fix your willy, trials to put the hair back on the head, and there'll be trials to live longer. So this is all brand new. And it's if you want to live longer. Some people, are so over it, they might either move to another country or they might decide not to live longer.
I don't think they're going to force anyone to take the.
No, it's a with any new trial, there's a risk, right?
Oh, sure.
You could grow another arm or something,
or one of the other
or
things
another
you
willy.
mentioned. Yeah,
you could willy or wonty.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's for then it's ethics. Who gets to live longer? Is there money involved here? We don't have any pentacles yet. Okay, except for right here in the Four of Cups that I'm holding in my hand. I mean, Four of Pentacles that I'm holding in my hand. So it's people that try to hold on, people that do want to stay, and it could be the wealthy or the greedy that get it first. There could be a lot of ethics around this as to who gets it, who doesn't. Also, a lot of studies. Okay, so it's So this is really, there's a lot of pros and cons to this. There's a lot of yes and no, weighing all the options. This drug might take a little bit of energy from one department of your body and put it over into another department of your body. But this 10 of Wands means this is a project that's taking a lot of concentration and a lot of effort is going into it. But what else does this card mean? It means that we're at the 10, so we don't go to 11. So it's a heavy load. It's a big project, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel with this card. There are other deck creators that put a light at the end of the tunnel here. It means you're almost ready to set the load down, so you don't give up. But I think this is very promising here. The Fool means the most important card cards are the 1, 2, 6, and 10 when we look at the Celtic cross. So this means that I think there's breakthroughs here. I think there's a lot of work. There'll probably be so many people applying for this that might add to the extra weight of how many people can, could probably break the system or, but I think this is very promising. New beginning.
Yeah, let's just be clear. It's not just men. Women want to live longer too.
Of
and
course.
Be healthy.
Yes.
Of course.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Well,
men,
you hadn't mentioned them.
no, I said
focusing on the
sometimes
men.
men might want their older wives to die so that they can go with it. I'm just kidding.
What a bleak.
I'm
outlook.
kidding. Okay, we have to laugh. That's what we're doing here.
I am
And
laughing.
on the bottom is the 701. And this means on a scale from 0 to 10, we're at 7. So we're almost there. But this is another card of accomplishment. So I feel really good about this. I feel.
That's a positive reading.
Yeah, it is. There might be so many people, like I said, that apply for it. Some won't get it. Some will not get it, but some will. And it's going to be me and you and Jana.
Oh, yes. And yeah. Yep.
That's Steve's wife.
Yes. Okay, so you
Because
ready?
he actually loves Jana. Just kidding.
Yes, I love my wife. Headlights. Stop the presses. Okay, you want me to read this next question?
Yes.
Okay. Will Maine Senator Susan Collins be successful in her election and keep her seat in the U.S. Senate? Yes or no?
Okay, so many of you asked if this person or that person or this person would this is hopeful, this is optimism, would win or beat or defeat Susan Collins. So I just thought, and I asked about Janet Mills, the governor who's termed out, and her cards looked really great. If they put her in, it didn't say, or the reading wasn't, is she going to be the winner? But would she be triumphant if the Dems put her in against Susan Collins? And that was a definite yes. That was in my last reading. So if you didn't see that, please go back. It's time stamped because Mystery Achiever is awesome. All right. So now we're just asking if Susan Collins will be successful at keeping her seat. Want to read it one more time? Because that tells us everything we need to know. It means we're going to pick a winner.
Will Maine Senator Susan Collins be successful in her election and keep her seat in the U.S. Senate? Or will she be relegated to be sitting in her dining room seat at home?
Concerned.
Yeah, being concerned. Yes.
Because she's always concerned. Okay. She believes that the current happenings with, what's his name? Plattner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bruce Plattner.
And in that last reading I did, we saw that he would try to hold on. He would not resign or step aside when he was told to, even when Bernie Sanders said he was withdrawing his support. And then he still waited to the next day. And we kept getting the 4 of Pentacles that just showed that he was going to continue to hold on. And he has said that he's stepping down, but he won't give it up until the very last day. I mean, what's up with that? Like, Graham Plattner. So Collins thinks this is good. That's like the wheel of fate. Okay, but she is, her Queen of Swords, or concerned Queen of Swords, is on the side. So this means to me that people have judged her. Don't you think that people are done?
I think that Maine is a blue state and they're tired of her being concerned and then not doing anything.
I think that they would elect Mr. Magoo.
I don't know his political affiliation.
I don't think it matters.
It never came up.
I just don't think it matters. Okay, there's a lot of fear about this. Fear about change. Wanting the same, wanting the devil you know. All right, here comes, I wonder if, and this is a Virgo card, I wonder if any of the people whose names they're bandying around to be the new candidate for the Dems to go up against Susan Collins, I wonder if any of them are Virgo. If you guys could let me know. Okay, she looks like she's going to keep it. I just feel that this is saying she's been judged. She's trying. She's going to try to pull a rabbit out of her hat. She's really giving it a good concerned effort. But there's the moon, so she meets up with a lot of opposition. We're going to go through the eclipse season before we get to the midterms. She does get a good portion of the vote, but it's small. So now, Square Peg saying, Lori, the chat is stating that David Hearn charges have not been dropped, but has pleaded not guilty and still has a trial coming if you want to revisit this question. So someone was saying, giving us
Yeah, I had not read. I thought this was just announced or something.
I thought it was just announced too. That's why we have to be careful, and that's why we're grateful for Square Peg. So it looks like there are quite a few votes that will go for Susan Collins. So I'm going to ask another quick question. Will any of the candidates okay, I'm remembering something. Plattner's going to try to promote another male. And this looks like to me, because I'm asking if Susan Collins will hold on. And to me, this means it's a younger female that will get in. So I'm going to leave it stand. I think that Susan Collins is defeated by a younger female who comes up here as the Page of Pentacles with new ideas and a new format. So that's where I'm going to leave it, because that just came to my mind, and that's what we're going with, because your first inclination is always correct, right? So I believe that she will be defeated by a younger female. That's female. It's all about the females. Someone that has a great interest in the environment with the Mother Earth card here. Okay, so now you want to go back to question 1?
Why would I go back to you?
Because he has not been absolved of his charges.
All right. Well, we want to know how his trial will go. David Hearn is facing a destruction of property charge at the reflecting pool. How will his trial turn out?
Will he be successful at beating those charges? David Hearn, is he going to be okay? Is he going to be okay?
I think he will.
I do too, because of the guy, and it's not Ellis, it's the guy with all the hair from Democracy. Is it Democracy Now?
Who's his lawyer?
I'm thinking it's the guy that's always on MS Now, and he's got a big, giant, full head of hair and a high, energetic voice.
He's in that trial for longevity drug. But that's not released yet.
Okay.
Keeping it a secret.
David Hearn, is he going to be successful? I mean, I think he's just shocked. I think he's just beyond shocked. Norm Eisen, Bonnie Eisenhower got the name right. His name, that attorney. David Hearn's attorney is Norm Eisen. Okay. Our chat always has the right answers. All right. Wow. He's deeply saddened by this. He can't even, like, he was so shocked he didn't even know how to defend himself. He couldn't even believe that he had to get an attorney. And then he realized he had to get up and do something about it. So he did. Norm Eisen probably knocked on his front door. It's so full of energy. Okay, they're struggling. And he's just like, he can't believe that it got this far. They're working so hard on it. They're really helping him. They're diligently working. Okay, looks like he has good reason to celebrate here. There's other females that were there that are eyewitnesses. And the one eyewitness that was a OAN reporter is a female. I'm going to say that this is her. And she gives false information. She's been proven to been having given false information in the past. All right, Lady Justice is there, I think, because I think he gets set free. Oh my God, they are really going to try to screw him. He's going to suffer some sort of setback before he gets there. I have to shuffle this again. He's going to suffer some sort of setback. They're going to try to get another person. Maybe they'll pay someone to try to. He has witnesses. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just ask, will David Hearn beat these charges? In the end of it all, how should we say? In the finality of it? Or at the very end of all this?
Finally be vindicated.
Will he be? Will David Hearn be vindicated? Same card. Same card. He's so upset about this. He's disillusioned. He's upset. He can't even believe. Same card. Same place. That lady, that girl, that reporter from OAN is lying, cheating, conniving. Okay, so I think it goes in some sort of a hung jury, or something gets delayed and postponed and held up and returned over. There's a big problem with this, with Janine Pirro, because she's going all out here because she's had so many losses. She's going to do everything she can to try to have some sort of win with this. But it looks like he runs into some problems, but then I think it may be hung up, delayed, deferred, deterred. Something goes in his favor at the very end, but it's really hard. And I'm only saying that because this 3 of Cups is here. Okay. They're trying to skewer him.
Well, they want to deflect blame for
Yeah.
the real reason.
Man,
why
they're
it's gone
really,
haywire.
they're going, that Janine Pirro,
Yeah.
we need to read on her. Okay. Maybe we'll do that Tuesday. You have a good memory. You can remember. All right. We'll be back on Tuesday
Maybe.
at the right time.
We'll be back. I don't know if I'll remember that question. Let's see.
Okay. All right. What's next?
What happened to Nolan Wells, the 18-year-old whose body was found after a July 4th boat trip found off Mississippi's Gulf Coast? Was there foul play involved?
Okay. So Nolan Wells was with 3 other boys, or young men, 18 years old. He was the only black male in the group of 4. Somehow he became separated from the 3 white men. And his phone was later found on the boat, according to the CNN thing article I read. His phone was found on the boat, but his body was found on the island or in the water near the island. So we just want to know if there's any foul play involved.
Do we know if his body was found in the water or on land?
I believe he was found in the water by the island off the Gulf Coast, but someone can tell me. And we're going to see if there was foul play. And his body is, they have demanded, they hired a big attorney, and they're going to do a specific type of autopsy. Ben, forget his name, Ben, you would know if you saw him. Very famous, black attorney. Crump or something like that. He is very famous, renowned. So what happened with Nolan Wells? Was there foul play? Ben Crump. Okay, I got it right. See? All right, there's the attorney, there's the law, there's the legal stuff. Here's defense is on its side, so they try to poo-poo this. But here's Ben Crump trying to help. There's other people trying to help. Something maybe fishy about the boat itself. So let's see here. Okay, so there we go. There's Sneaky Pete. This means mischief. This is the card of the thief. Someone sneaking, lying, cheating. This is the Sneaky Pete card. Cheater card. Okay, here's ethics. Now, someone didn't do what was right, and someone did not agree. So there were maybe two were the people that were involved. Somehow an ethical question came up about what is right and what is wrong. Okay. And there was fighting, disgruntled, agitated, deceptive energy within the people that were there by the water and involved. So when there's 78 cards and we get the deceptive moon and things that we don't know, things that seem different than how they appear, and the cheater, Peter, pumpkin eater, this means that there was indeed foul play. For me, without a shadow of the doubt, with his death card. And here's the fight we were just talking about. So I think those men need to be investigated for who socked who punched who. Okay. And he was betrayed. What does this mean? We just talked about the swords class in our tarot class. And you only cry and feel terribly betrayed when it's someone you trusted. It's not when an enemy does something rotten, because you expect your enemy to do something rotten. It's when it's somebody that you trust. Mm-hmm. So this is a big, terrible, terrible story, and they are going to get to the bottom of it. So send prayers for him and his family. Very sad. Okay. All right. Next question. Gosh darn it. Okay.
A data center is planned to be constructed near the Nashville Zoo. So far, 500,000 people have signed a petition against it. Will the people of Nashville win and stop its construction?
Okay. Wow, there's really an outpouring of support for the animals, for their safety. They don't want the animals to be subject to all of those EMF waves of energy, any negative power energy.
I'm not sure of the physics on that. I don't know if there's.
I don't think they know.
Waves that come out of the data centers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. So will you ask the part in yellow again? Will we succeed? Oh, wait. Where is it?
Will the people of Nashville win and stop the construction of the center next to the zoo, very close to the zoo?
People of Nashville prevail.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think they're going to win?
I don't know the local politics there, so that's what it's going to depend
It's all about money.
Yeah.
They're trying to hold on to that land. It's about the land. And there's something about eminent domain that they brought up. Travel road. Boy, they're getting a lot of people involved. They're getting all kinds of families, children, the middles, the littles, all of the peoples here. Both of the big family cards, the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. There's a lot of information coming very soon. And they're going to try to lie, scheme, go around, get around. There's a fox in the hen house. Power. Moving it a little bit. I think the power of the people prevail. I think they win. And I think they're led by a very knowledgeable, dark-haired female. And it looks like they're going to propose another site. So I think this looks good.
It's bad publicity, so that might just say, we should just do it somewhere else.
The magician and the wand. They can do it. They can do it. Woohoo! That's good news. All right.
Ready?
I am ready.
This question was posed by Sweetie Mac, and it's about the Canadian healthcare system. 3 of the provinces intend to bring in privatized medicine. Canadian federal government is led by PMMC and continues to send payments for the provinces to use for healthcare that they don't put towards healthcare. How will Alberta healthcare do?
Okay.
And then down here below, it's like they're currently averaging 12-hour waits, and some small centers have closed.
Okay. I knew you'd be happy about that, Beth Cat. Beth Cat lives in Tennessee, by Nashville, or in Nashville, West Nashville, somewhere around there. Okay. Alberta's healthcare. So it already sounds like it's having big problems, right? 12-hour waits, and some small centers and rural hospitals have closed. So there's a lot of sadness here about things going in a difficult direction. Now, they may be able to, not enough people have become knowledgeable or have become active, but they're getting there. They're getting there. They're rousing people. They're getting people together. Quick changes for the better. Okay. So the system itself is sort of, there's a lot to it. There's so many people in it. It needs to have some change implemented. It needs a tune-up. It needs a tune-up. It's breaking. It's at the seams, popping at the seams. There's people that are mad. They feel like they're, you need to come take care of us. This isn't what we signed up for. Doggone it. Okay. Looks like things stay the way they are for a little bit, and then the Alberta citizens can start moving forward, and they're gonna say, we have to try something new. Okay. But it looks like there's going to be some major upsets with this current system before they're able to get this new system up. There'll be some big problems with people with the 8 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. And then in maybe 6 months' time, then there are new ideas, people that are willing to try something different. And it's going to be sort of like a lottery. It's going to be and sort of like a chance, it's voting. Anyway, these are bigger and have more powerful, because they're major. They have more powerful weight in the reading because they're the major arcana cards, and they overruled these. And remember, in the 10 of Swords, it means that you feel like you were let down, and it is emotional as well. It's a face plant. So that the healthcare system itself is going to face plant. And then they're going to be able to resurrect it. And the sun comes up here, and that matches this Fool card. So I believe that it falls on its face. It suffers, along with the Alberta. Do they call her the premier? That bad lady? All right. Thank you, Steve.
Yes.
Would you like to read the next question?
Yes, I would.
All right.
Judy asks, will Eileen Cannon, a U.S. District Judge for the Southern District of Florida, ever face consequences for her possibly illegal handling of Jack Smith's special counsel's written report? Will she face consequences for illegal handling?
She wants a seat on that Supreme Court. All right. Will Eileen Cannon face charges, get in trouble for possibly mishandling, denouncing special counsel Jack Smith's report? Is she going to get in trouble? You think she's going to get in trouble?
Only if the Democrats win elections. Otherwise, no.
All right. There's a delay, which we're already in. And that's what she was hired to do. Delay, denounce, defer. All right. The whole thing can't move forward for a little bit yet. Here's all of the speculation, the gossip, the rumors. Here's the papers themselves. Documents, papers. We all know the truth. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups knows the truth. There's going to be a medium brown-haired woman that is going to bring this back up or bring about information about the files, the information that's from the files. Okay, so this can be, if we're asking about getting in trouble, this can be a subpoena. Things that are written. Here's the judge. The judge is going to face the judge. Yay, she's going to go to court. Here's the announcement. The town crier. Did you deliver papers, or was that? You did not deliver papers when you were younger?
I just did it very briefly.
Okay.
Decided I didn't like it.
Okay. All right. I believe that she's going to get an invitation that she can't refuse to tell the truth. So I think she gets in trouble. I think this and this equal trouble. And she's going to get very emotional, and she will offer her feelings or how she felt, or maybe that she was pressured. But I think the answer is yes. I think she ends up getting into some legal problems. What's on the bottom? Decisions on, will you stick with protecting the icky person, or will you tell the truth? Will you go with your head or your heart? I think she's in trouble.
Well, if she mishandled them, that's a good thing.
Yep.
She's in trouble.
If she did it.
If she did, I don't know.
If she did it. She did it.
You ready?
Yeah, you're going fast. Okay, go ahead.
You're doing the quick reading, so I'm just reading the questions. I could read the questions slower. if
I
you
don't, well,
like. I don't think that would work.
okay.
It wouldn't be very entertaining. Will Democrats win and take the majority in the U.S. House of Representatives? That's the big question in the upcoming November election.
Okay.
I hope so. It's my personal opinion.
Can you read it one more time?
Yes. Will the Democrats win and take the majority in the U.S. House of Representatives?
Will the Democrats win? I watched on Stephanie Rule this one. Oh boy, they better make a plan. Doggone it, they better make a plan. It's only 115 days till the midterm election. That's not very long.
No.
Will the Democrats win and take the majority of the U.S. House of Representatives? I don't like that Four of Swords. Now, in the last reading, or the reading before last, what's your timestamp? I did, someone wanted me to ask if the actual midterm elections themselves would be run smoothly. And it looked like all the way up until the actual election, it was just filled with chaos and blame and misinformation and obfuscation and blaming the 2020 election and all this stuff, and people trying to interfere. But when we got to the actual election, it would be all right. So I have a positive idea about it. All right. The Hermit. So we find out about the vote. Have our eye on the prize. Everybody banding together to try to make this work. Takes everyone working together. Here's the opportunity, the golden opportunity. Looks like the Willy Wonka silver coin, silver dollar. What was it? Was it a silver certificate inside the candy bar? What was that?
I don't remember. Saw it a long time ago.
You were a Gene Wilder fan.
Yeah, it's true.
Gilda Radner, Gene Wilder. Okay. Wow. This is a fight to get here. They're going to try to make clouds. They're going to try to cast doubt, confuse, play the shell game. Oh my gosh, it's always the Queen of Pentacles that pulls us out with, looks like we're going to lose, but then it looks like we stand a good chance. And it can be presented to them with the Knight of Cups up at the top. This is scary, but it's in the hopes and fears. So that's just, we hope that we're not defeated and we fear that we're defeated. But that doesn't count here because it's not up here. This is a good return. This is good. But not everyone's on the same. The Democrats have to pull together. The younger people have got to pull together. The older people have got to come over a little bit more to the progressive side. It can't be the old Democrats. It can't be the Pelosi way anymore. Pelosi was great, but it can't be the Schumer way, you know?
Yeah.
Will the Democrats win and take the majority of the U.S.? Okay.
So
I think this is positive.
I think the Latinos are going to shift.
Yes.
They're not going to vote for Republicans. See their family members whisked out of the country.
And neighbors.
Yeah.
Employees.
Friends. Whatever.
Peers.
All the above. All the above.
All right. I'm going to ask this a different way. Are the Democrats going to rejoice and celebrate because they get back the House and Congress? After the midterm elections have been tabulated, will the Democrats be rejoicing and celebratory because they won back the House? They got to get their stuff together. Can't have division within the party. This is a problem. The old guard has to die off. There's power there. All right, there's the Ace of Cups. There's still some secrecy here. Devil, fear. Okay, so there could be, the election itself, I believe, will be okay. But there is bickering and agitation within the party. So when they should be celebrating, there's agitation and division. So this is just not in the bag, you guys. It's not in the bag. The first spread looked a little bit better. I just asked would they be celebrating, and this looks like instead of focusing on the celebration, it looks like they're bickering. Okay, we'll ask again as we get more close. They can do it. First spread was the outcome card was the Nine of Cups. It's doable.
I'm sure it is.
Okay. All right, and that takes us to the next question.
This is our last question that we have written down.
Well, we'll have to ask a couple from the audience.
Yes. If the Democrats take the House, will Hakeem Jeffries, the House leadership, retain the House leadership position as Speaker?
And this is where I fear there could be a big problem.
Well, they'll come up with a Speaker one way or another.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the whip. I think it's the tall, gray-haired lady. Kathleen or Catherine. But let's see. All right. All right, I saw somebody's praying for someone to fight their cancer fight and live and win and have victory. So we're just going to ask for any and all beings to aid, assist, and help everyone in the chat that needs healing. Thank you in advance. All right. If Democrats are successful, will you read the last part of that? If Democrats are successful and...
Will Hakeem Jeffries retain the House leadership position as Speaker?
Will he become Speaker? I think the whip's name is Catherine Clark. All right. There's so much passion around this. People are trying to rush to put him in. And then there are people that do not want him in. He's facing judgment. They think that he has a background of just not doing enough, of just standing there thinking and just maybe analyzing and not moving. All right, there's that 4 swords. Man, he's going to struggle with this. He's going to have some problems. All right, 8 of Wands. Again, they're gonna say, this is when you do the Celtic cross, the person we're asking about or the person you're reading for in the 8th place is how you are seen. That's why I always pick the Celtic cross for this kind of question, because this is how he is seen. He is seen as not doing enough. They don't feel that they feel he's of the old guard. They don't feel as he's progressive enough, or that he's, that he'll be like Mandami or AOC, or they don't feel like he has it. What do you think? Do you think he has it or no?
I haven't been following it that much, so I don't know what he's done. I mean, they're in the minority, so
yes.
But I don't.
I think he's going to really struggle with this. This does not look like he gets in and there's congratulatory party being held in his honor. I think it's going to be Catherine Clark. Put a pin in that. Catherine or Kathleen, you guys? I can't remember. Yeah, some people in the chat are saying they don't want him. He is the problem. Some people are saying, oh my gosh, see, we got to all band together. If we have to all band together, or we're going to lose our footing. So we've got to.
Well, first they have to win the house.
Well, we have to even stick together to win the house.
Well, we do, yeah.
Okay. Gosh darn it.
Then they can work out the speaker problems.
Do you want to ask about what happens with the Democratic Party for the midterm? I mean, they got their head in their butts. Sorry, it is true. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the future.
What are they not doing? What do you think they're not doing?
Well, let's ask that.
Let's ask, what do the Democrats need to run on, or what do they need to focus on in order to win the elections?
Okay.
Both in the Senate and the House.
Okay. I think they need to be running more talks and gatherings like AOC and Bernie Sanders did, especially in the summer at well-known places, at gatherings. I think they need to be boosting the morale of people. I think they need to do that. And I think they need to start talking about ways that they would like to turn commercial buildings into residential areas. I think they need to just start talking about it instead of asking ridiculous questions when they know someone's going to get, when some joker gets confirmed. I think they need to start talking about the things that they propose and that they want to do. What do you think?
Well, that's good to have values. I mean, you want to put your values forward in any kind of political situation. So I think they've asked hard questions. From what little I've read, they question the nominees that Trump puts up there, but they don't have the power to stop them, because the Republicans will vote for them regardless of whatever they've done.
Right.
So
I think more of them need to march. I think more of them need to be seen at the Kings, or start coordinating marches.
That'd be a good idea.
There's a lot of things they can do. Okay, there's that outcome card that we got. We asked if they were going to take the house. That's the outcome card we got. Okay, they got to stop. They can't take money from one part of this party and give it to the other part of this party, whether it's the conservative Democrat or the old guard Democrat to the progressive Democrat. Everything has to come together. There's two elements to make a compound, and you're in the infinity sign. They have to loop it together. We need magic. Need to get the lead out. Snap out of that. Okay. Break it up. Shake it up. Right? What does that look like? Earthquake.
It looks like there's a cataclysm taking place, and they're diving out for safety. And their dives don't look very controlled. Looks bad.
All right. They need to bring up new offers, new emotion, new ideas, new ways to bring people together. What does that look like to you? Offers of salvation, of communion, renewal, because it's the communion, the dove and the wafer into the chalice.
Yeah, I would say offering good intentions,
Mhm.
value, integrity, honesty, trying to do things that are good for the people, the populace of which they are governing.
And talk about how people are struggling with managing their money and their budget and robbing Peter to pay Paul, and getting their emotions up, and getting people propelled into gathering and rising and hearing the horn from the archangel, empowering people, meeting people in different places. Two aces is a change of places. Your agenda, your goals, your short-term goals, your long-term goals, writing things down, bringing attention to things that are written with the Page of Pentacles. And that's that younger female. It may all start when they're trying to put in a younger female to take out Susan Collins. So they're saying there can be victory after adversity, but we have to get through the adversity. But this is a victory card. They have to talk more. They have to communicate more. They have to be better communicators. They got to make magic and use their speaking stick wisely. And then they've got to get the money.
Yeah.
We need more money.
Yeah.
Okay. But and everybody has to work together. This is the elders, the middles, and the littles. This is everybody working together. Doesn't that look happy and secure?
Yes,
And there is an emblem of the what do they call that when it's your coat of arms? The old guard still needs to come in with the new people, with the new kiddos.
Yeah. I mean, that's true for most activities. You want people to cooperate, to have a common goal that's good for the largest number of people you can imagine. So that's always the road ahead that you want to follow. Now, whether they do it, that's up to them.
Well, we asked what they needed to do, and that's it. I think it's important to notice that, I don't know if you guys have seen this before or mentioned it before, but there's a magic wand here in this archway. And it's by the elder who the dogs are, the dogs know who has the treats, right? I mean, the dogs know who's going to give them their treats.
They can smell them.
So it's the magic wand here in the 10 and the Kabbalah, the tree of life, and the magic. And it's a gate card. And then here's the wand with the ace of wands. And here's the wands with the 6 and the page of wands. So it's a lot of energy and action in motion. So they got to stop juggling all this stuff around and get this goals and get moving.
Well, they're all individuals, so
they got to come
they
together.
have to coordinate.
They need to start playing that
But
Beatles song.
They have to show their own personality and the things that they want to work for. People want to connect. They want a candidate that they feel a connection to. They feel like are going to represent them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Byrne says, I love me 2 scoops of Mendami, please. All right. You get more of those people together, and some that have just been elected, and the 2 representatives in Tennessee, or the 3rd, Kathleen Clark. So they're just going to get all the people together and start speaking, gathering, speaking, holding meetings, get the vibe together and a list of things they want to accomplish, and put them on the vision board for everybody to see. Okay.
There's no more questions here.
Okay, well, you had a question from Sweetie Mac, and she wanted to know what do you think about octopi? Do you think that they are alien life form, or do you think that they have transcended? How do you feel about them?
Well, it just so happens that I read a book about the cephalopods. That's the branch of life that octopi are part of, and then the cuttlefish. And a long time ago, they split from the common progenitors. I mean, the human race went one way and they went a different way. But they developed their own very high degree of intelligence through their own evolutionary tree, and we developed it through ours. And they're very smart, so I don't think we should eat octopus. They're very aware. They can recognize people. If there's people they don't like, they squirt water at them and when they're in activity. And each of their arms has a little brain in them, and it's all connected to a central brain. So I don't see any evidence that they were alien life forms, but they're certainly a very important part of the evolutionary tree that's very intelligent.
Yeah.
So,
and they can turn colors. They can camouflage.
yes, they can.
And Burn, you have to see that movie. You have to see the Sally Fields movie because it is awesome.
That was a very good movie.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cried and I laughed and I was happy.
There was another movie years ago where a guy went out to a certain spot and he had a relationship with an octopus.
Was it a guy or a girl?
I thought it was a guy.
Might have been a guy. Yeah.
Doesn't
that was
matter.
a good movie too.
It was with a human being.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that
That was a
matters.
true story.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what our guides and angels want us to know. Reading for you and me for all of us. Okay. And watch your weather, be weather aware. Oh, I know what I want to tell you. I was told, I was with a couple of the Democratic leaders here locally. We went to lunch on July 4th, and I was told that the voter rolls, Ron DeSantis, to Satan, has scrubbed your name off of the list to mail you a ballot. So you have to reapply. So a lot of people are not aware of that. If you live in Florida and you previously voted by mail, that list has been scrubbed. You have to reapply. It's not a big deal. It's easy to do, but it is voter deterrence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and some people will be caught unaware. All right. Because, that's what Satan does. So, let's do a reading for all of us and what our guides and angels want us to know for this weekend. And then think if you can think of a final question, maybe.
I have a final question.
Oh, okay, good. I knew that he was going to say that. I didn't need cards. All right. What are our guides and angels wanting us to know about this weekend? Okay. Remain hopeful. Optimism and thinking positive and having a good feeling about your body image, both inside and outside. And what is this? It is also the dress for success. Lights, camera, action. You're the star. Someone is going to pay attention to you, notice the work that you do or the efforts you've put through to help other people so you could receive recognition or accoutrements or is that right? Accoutrements?
Yeah.
Okay. Kudos.
It's a word.
Okay. I know it's a word, but
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Stay positive. Okay. Some of you will get an invitation to go to a party this weekend. And it's good to be around your tribe. Okay. You just stay positive about it. Okay. Do not hermit. Do not hide away or isolate. It's good for you to get out. Someone is really there's recognition here. Sometimes you get mad about the things that are happening. Sometimes you're overly defensive. Sometimes you may even take something personal that somebody said in the past and it wasn't even meant that way. So let's get over that and past that. I mean, for God's sakes, if someone came to give you a hug, you'd get beat on the head. Okay. Form partnerships, say yes, accept invitations. I'm telling you, dress for success. You don't know who you're going to run into here. You could pick up a new attraction. You might run into an old flame with the lover's card there and the star right underneath it. So, okay. There's a big message to get over past hurts. Don't let things that happened in the past overrule your judgment or invade your judgment so that you pass up on an invite to a party or a gathering, please. Okay, the sun's coming up here. And, don't be mean to a person that asks you out just because you got trounced by somebody in the past. That's happened to everybody. Okay. Your feet are free. Okay, what is it? This is get out of your head and get in your car. You don't have to know exactly what time you're going to arrive somewhere. You don't have to know exactly what you need to wear. You know what looks good on you. Just put it on, get in the car, and go. If you overanalyze, you're going to get stuck. Okay, this is freedom from this, so that's good. Reunion. There's a lot here about reunions with families, with your tribe, with your girlfriends, with people, with regular friends, peers, good karma coming back to you for good deeds that you've done for others. So it's really important that you're seen and you get out, because you can expect the unexpected with this recognition. Okay, this is really promising here. This can mean that relationships get fixed or repaired. Something that broke in the past, something that brought about sadness in the past, has the opportunity to be repaired. And that could be part of that astrological basket we've all been hearing about that's so special and loving. Okay, this is super big, you guys. Okay, so.
So I would just add that I talked to quite a few people this year that, just really get down, or they get depressed, feel hopeless because of different things that are going on. And I always respond with, the sum total of the world's energy is dependent upon all the interactions that happen. And so each of us, every time we have an opportunity to interact with somebody, just be present in that interaction, be respectful. Doesn't mean you're a pushover. Be kind, be loving. And again, that doesn't mean that you can't disagree with people, but just do it in a way that shows that you have respect for them. And stand up for yourself. And we could all contribute. So, if you're always watching the news and you just feel like you get blown back and you can't do anything, then I would watch less news and then get more active, going out, being with people, being with animals, and putting your own unique personality and love into the world's energy field. Everybody has that responsibility.
Yeah, and they're all light workers and gifted psychics. So they know how to help each other. And, be our card of the day. Pay it forward. You always feel better when you help somebody else if you're feeling down. But stay current and play happy things, happy songs. Let go of the past. We had a lot of the past cards in there. This is about letting go of the past, making amends, wiping the slate clean. Did you come up with another question?
I would like to ask, what kind of effects are we going to see from global warming over the next 5 to 10 years?
Okay. There's only one tower in the deck, Steve. All right. Let's see. I think we'll be able to rescue. I think we're going to be able to fix things.
We can.
Well, and then, we were reading in the car, we were asking AI yesterday, what positive thing, Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg and their big poo balls that we can't stand, who won't pay their taxes, but at least they are doing, they are invested, even Bill Gates, in some environmental projects coming up here because, I think they realize, all right, the laws that are put in place are not helping us right now. They're not thinking about the youth. They're not thinking about the people that are coming up after us. There's a lot of thought going into this. This is delay and surrender of the deregulation. And so we feel bullied. The bullies are up on top right now. Okay. But they're not going to stay there because everybody in the world is going to work together to fight this. You know, Europe just had their hottest summer on record. It's still continuing. People across the ocean, and in other parts of the world, and there's our tower. So this is, things have to break down to get fixed, basically. And there will be some shocking and revelatory things that happen that propel people into finding more clean energy and doing what they didn't want to do. And the wealthy people that are up in the tower that built their tower and don't think they need to help are going to be forced to help. And we start new, and we realize that the bully was foolish, and then we rush in to make change. You always want the Knight of Swords on your side, because he always wins, and he's passionate about doing what's right and wrong. And we're attacking the bullies. We're in full attack. This is a knight going after the bully, so this means we have more power here. And this is major, 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 and the knight. So
it's a very good reading.
Yeah, so we rush in to try to save, you know, we're passionate about and we act quickly. So these things will happen very fast.
Good.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
good.
happy that this wasn't up at the top as our outcome card. That would be terrible.
No, that would be bad.
But this is things that we experience.
Yeah.
You know, like the stupidity of not putting more, using wind and solar now here because of Trump. Anyway, doesn't matter. Dress for success. You don't know who you're going to run into. Don't wear your sweatpants. There's going to be reunions and things from the past. Boo-boos from the past are going to get rectified. So get ready to wipe the slate clean, for not only for yourself, your actions, and the actions of others, because we all played a part, right? Even if somebody was a total butthead, it's going to be better. And I will forgive you for pushing me on the head and shoving me down the hallway and putting your butt in my face.
I have a vague memory of that. Boy, that was a long time ago.
It happened several times.
Anyway,
I forgive it.
thumbs up, everybody, for tuning in. Sorry we were late.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Thank you for forgiving me. Okay, I have to forgive myself too, so I don't suffer from guilt. And if you saw us on Substack, let me know. Let me know how it came across, because it was an experiment. Much love to you, and we'll see you on Tuesday. And we look forward to more of your questions, the political and non-political, both. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yep.
Thank you, Square Peg.